Aloha and welcome to Upside Down Pilates. Today's lesson will focus on the spine. Malia, Lonnie, Eileen, and Herman will be joining us. Let's first take a look at our spine on Herman. I'm going to flip him around here, and we're just going to look at the different parts of the spine. Our spine starts all the way down here with our coccyx, and this is your tailbone, the layman's term for that. And then above your coccyx is your sacrum, which is 5 fused vertebrae, and you can see it's kind of in the shape of a triangle. All right. On top of your sacrum sits your lumbar spine, and you have 5 very large vertebrae in your lumbar spine. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And then right above the lumbar spine is the thoracic spine. And you have 12 smaller vertebrae in the thoracic spine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it goes all the way up through your rib cage, and you can see that your scapula or your shoulder blade set very close to where your thoracic spine is. And then in your neck, you have 7 cervical vertebrae is what they're called. Your skull sits right on top of your C1 or your first vertebrae, and then below that your C2 sits, and the skull sits on these rockers, and it allows your head to rock forward and back, and there's not a lot of rotation on here. And then the C1, C2 articulate, and that's where you get the right and left motion. And it's very important to strengthen our neck flexors and all of the occipitals in the neck area to be able to control those movements. So the first thing we're going to do today is visualize our spine so that we can become aware of where our spine is in our body. Okay? Let's go ahead and lie down on our backs. And again, you can bring your legs long, arms down by your sides. And go ahead, close your eyes. And if you feel a little discomfort in your lower back, feel free to bend your knees. That's perfectly fine. But let's bring our mind's eye now right down into our lower back, even a little lower, right into our sacrum. Okay? So remember, this is the flat-plated area in your body, and it's 5 fused vertebrae. It's about the size of the palm of your hand, and it's roughly in the shape of a triangle. Go ahead and notice in on that area. Notice if you're holding any tension or pain, and if you are, just let it release and see if you can imagine the muscles surrounding your sacrum opening and releasing wide into your mat. And now let's move your thoughts up into your lumbar vertebrae. Remember, these are 5 of the largest vertebrae in your body. And they have a nice little curve, so you should feel a curve between your lower back and the mat here. As I count back from 5, imagining one vertebrae at a time, release the tension, any tension or holding you may have surrounding the vertebrae. Starting with 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now let's bring your attention up into your thoracic spine. Remember, that's the long portion of your spine. And you have 12 vertebrae there. We often hold a lot of tension in our upper thoracic area. And as I count back from 12, see if you can just relax and release all of the muscles up and down the thoracic section of your spine. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. bring your mind's eye up into your cervical spine or your neck. And as I count back from 7, try and let all the tension of your week just fall heavy into the mat. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now let's just take a moment and allow our head to fall from right to left. So go ahead and gently let your head just fall right to left, feeling how heavy your head is. It ranges anywhere between 8 and all the way up to 20 pounds. And so we sit this very heavy head on top of a very skinny neck. And then sometimes we let it hang forward and ask the back of our neck muscles and our shoulder muscles to hold our head up all day long. Let's just take a moment and allow all of that to rest. Good. And let's go ahead and bring our head back into the center. And now take a moment and imagine that you have an extremely long pencil on the tip of your nose. And imagine that that pencil reaches all the way up to the ceiling. And it's a very sharp pencil. And you're going to draw a line up and down on the ceiling. You'll be moving your head, yes, like you're saying yes, up and down. And see if you can feel your skull massage over your first vertebrae. So this is helping to strengthen your deep neck flexors that you need in the front to hold your head up. And it's helping to release and relax the muscles in the back that tend to get overly tight. And now allow your pencil to move to the right and left in a small line, just in a little dashed line. And if you go small and slow enough, you can feel your first vertebrae massage over your second vertebrae. And now take your pencils and draw little circles on the ceiling. And you may feel some areas that you glitch or skip through. Those are areas of instability or lack of strength in your deep neck flexors. And reverse your circles when you're ready. Good. Just bring your head back to the center and rest. Good. All right, let's come on up to seated now, ladies, and have a deeper look at the anatomy of the spine. So one thing that we tend to forget is that our spine goes almost all the way into the center of our body. So as you can see on Herman here, the part that we feel are the spinous processes in the back. So if you touch your back, those bones that you feel, that's only this little part back here, okay? Your spine goes all the way through into the center, and you can see that's about 2.5, 3 inches, yeah? So when we're moving our spine, we're not only moving our back surface, but we're actually moving our front surface and our side surface as well to make these joints move. So each bone in your spine is called a vertebrae, and we have 24 of them. And at where each bone comes together, there are joints or facet joints that slide back and forth, and there's a little disc in between each of these joints on either side. In the lumbar spine, the facet joints kind of ride up and back against each other vertically, so it makes it hard to twist, okay? And sideways, and it makes it hard to twist. And in the thoracic spine, they come up against each other like this, and so in going backwards, we actually have to slide a little bit forwards to bring ourselves into extension. Okay. And in the cervical spine is where we have the most range, and the way that they're set up, it easily allows us to twist quite a bit, but on all of the vertebrae, it's challenging for the way that the joints are set up to bend sideways. We have the least amount of range in our sideways bending. So our lumbar spine doesn't twist very much. Our thoracic spine has more twisting than our lumbar spine, and our cervical spine has a lot of twisting, but still not very much lateral flexion. Okay, let's go ahead and lie down onto our mats and do some spinal articulation. I'm going to bring each of you a towel, and what I would like you to do is roll your towel up lengthwise, and we can watch as we do this, and then you're going to lie your towel in line with your spine. So you can reach it all the way down towards your sacrum and allow it to go all the way up through your thoracic spine. Doesn't really need to be up on your neck so much because we're not going to roll up onto our cervical spine because we don't want to damage it in any way. So let's start with heels sits bone distance apart. Bring your arms down by your sides, and let's find our neutral pelvis that we've talked about. 2 hip bones and pubic bone flat across the top. Deep breath in. And now let's go ahead, breathe out, hollow our navel down. This time, reach your low back as much into your pillow as you can. Squeeze your glutes and hamstrings, and you're going to peel your spine off from the pillow. So before you lift your hips, make sure your ribs and your upper middle back and your bra strap area touch down into the pillow. So keep on rolling up. Good. And once we get there, we're going to feel our abdominals work by keeping our ribs closed and our hamstrings lifted. Good, ladies. Take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale. You're going to start from the top and search for your pillow underneath your bra strap area. Then you're going to find your middle back and your lower back. And you're going to rock your pelvis right back into your neutral. Good. And let's take a big inhale. And exhale. Roll under into 12 o'clock. Hollow your belly, pushing your spine down into the pillow as you lift the hips. Take a breath, and now exhale from top to bottom, roll down. You can feel your neck go long, your head reach away, at the same time you pull your knees away. Good. Again, inhale, and exhale, curl under and roll up. Deep breath in. Exhale, soften through the sternum and roll down. And last one, inhale. Exhale, curl under and roll up. Keep reaching the knees out and the way. Deep breath. And exhale, soften through the sternum and roll back down. Good, excellent, ladies. Let's have a little fun now. Cross your right leg over your left. Good. And let's actually cross the knees as much as possible. Good. Our goal here is to keep both hips even. So let's put our thumbs in our ribs and our fingers at our ASIS or hip bones. Deep inhale. Exhale, roll to 12 o'clock. Curl under and peel your spine off, and try and make sure that the right and the left hips stay even. Now, I know this is much harder than it looks. Take a deep inhale, and now you're going to sequence down through your spine, one bone at a time. Again, try and keep the right and left hip as even as possible, using your internal, external obliques to make that happen. Deep inhale, and exhale. Curl the pelvis under and roll up. You're going to feel your left rib and your right hip coming together. Very good. Deep inhale, and roll down. Feel each side of your back hip weighted equally into the mat as you roll down. One more deep breath. Exhale, roll to 12. Curl under and roll up. Deep inhale. And exhale, lengthen and roll down. Very good. And let's change. Put your right foot down, cross your left leg over. Now this time as you roll up, your right rib and your left hip are going to have to work hard. Deep inhale. Exhale, roll into 12. Curl under and roll up. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale from top to bottom. Roll down. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl under and roll up. Deep breath in. And exhale. Feel your neck soften as you lengthen down through the strength of your pelvis. And one more. Deep inhale. And breathe out as you roll into 12 o'clock, pressing your spine down into the pillow, one bone at a time. Deep breath. And roll down. Good. Nice, ladies. And rest. Let's go ahead and come up to seated now and start articulating through our spine sideways. Okay, so this is called lateral flexion, and again, we don't have a lot of range in our spine this way, but we do have a bit, so let's practice it. All right, so let's start by reaching our energy out and up through the crown of our head to the ceiling, and then from the top of your head, you're going to start peeling sideways, allowing your right ear to go towards your right shoulder, and you can keep going down as much as you want. You can allow your right hand to rest on the ground if you like and get a nice stretch on the left side. Good. Our goal here is to keep our abdominals in, to keep our ribs connected, and make sure that our head is right in line with our shoulders. So pull back just slightly. Good. Take a nice deep inhale. And now you're going to roll up from bottom to top. So the base of your pelvis is going to come up and your head is actually going to be the last thing to arrive. Yes, and get those ribs together as soon as you can. And let's go to the other side. Inhale up tall. Now as you exhale, start from the crown of your head and start to sequence yourself sideways. Good. And see how much of a stretch you can get on the right side, but feel how the left rib and the left hip are contracting together. Those are your obliques. Take a nice big breath in and exhale. Weight yourself down through your sacrum and sequence yourself back up. And the head is the last thing to arrive. And let's go again. Inhale tall, exhale right ear to the shoulder and lengthen yourself down. Good. And pull this left rib in just a bit more. Yes, very good. Deep inhale and breathe out. Weight your pelvis down and come up to the top. And last time left, reach tall and exhale, go on down side. Good. Deep breath in and exhale, bring yourself on up. Good. And let's go into twisting. All right, so most of our twisting occurs in the thoracic area. A little bit of motion happens in the lumbar area, but not a lot. So we're going to think of our ribs twisting right on top of our hips. Let's bring our arms up into genie arms. All right, again here we want to keep our ribs connected. Our neck and shoulders are nice and soft and wide. So let's inhale, lift tall, and now as you exhale, just twist to the right a little bit. Feel your left rib reach to your right hip. Inhale, get taller, and exhale, let's twist a little further. Good, ladies. Inhale, get as absolutely tall as you can, and exhale, let's twist as absolutely far as you can, keeping your hands right in front of your nose, and come back to the center as you inhale. Good, and exhale, twist. So as you go, remember we're not trying to move our arms, we're trying to twist our spine. Inhale, tall. Exhale, twist right rib to the left hip. Make sure your wrists are in line with your nose. Inhale, tall. And exhale, twist as far as you can from your torso. And inhale, back center. And again, exhale to the right, twist. And inhale, lift. And exhale, twist. And inhale, lift. One more time, exhale, twist. And inhale, back center. Last time, exhale, twist. And inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist. And inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist as far as you can. And inhale, back center. Good. And relax your arms. Go ahead and lie flat onto your bellies, and we're going to articulate ourselves backwards. Bring your arms by your shoulders, and you can separate them a little wider than your mat if you like. Separate your legs. Pull your belly in and find your neutral pelvis. And now squeeze your glutes and hamstrings and lift your legs slightly off from the ground. As you breathe in, glide your shoulders down your back. Now as you breathe out, reach out through the crown of your head and come all the way up into full spinal extension. Good. As you're here, make sure your glutes and hamstrings are squeezing and your legs are slightly off the ground and your belly button is lifted in. If you can only come halfway up, that's perfectly fine. Take a nice deep inhale, and now as you exhale, bend your elbows backwards, fold up through the ribs, reach out through the crown of your head and roll back down. Deep inhale, glide your shoulders down your back. Exhale, reach out. Feel as though your thoracic spine slides forward before it goes up. Deep breath, and exhale, bend the elbows, fold the ribs, and come back down. And one more. Inhale, glide your shoulders down your back. Reach out, exhale, come on up. Keep reaching energy through the backs of your legs to help stabilize your pelvis. Deep inhale, and exhale, lower down. Good, and go back into child's pose. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you at our next lesson when we focus on nutation. Upside Down Pilates is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Honolulu. We offer solo, duet, and trio lessons, post-rehab conditioning, small group equipment and mat-based lessons, comprehensive teacher trainings, and anatomy and biomechanics classes. All of our teachers are comprehensively trained by Lisa Orrig and certified through the Pilates Method Alliance. Scheduling and payment is easily accessible at www.upsidedownpilates.com or call us toll-free at 1-888-751-6950.